Hey guys, and welcome back to Bayonetta. It is time for the next chapter. Take it away, Rich.
Yes, it is time to take on the cardinal virtue of fortitude.
Oh, bless up. It's a boss fight, y'all. It's Big Face that we've been chasing up until now.
Exactly. We're going to be taking down Fortitudo, and yeah, it's pretty glorious, all things considered.
It is, but at the same time, he kicked my ass. I've been getting nothing but stones since, the burning ground. And yes, I do have the game now, which is great, because it means I'll be able to have a more impactful impact, I guess, on commentary. But at the same time, it hurts my ego, because I want platinums, baby.
Yeah, no, you need to have practiced a little bit in order to get the platinums in Bayonetta. More so in Bayonetta 1 than Bayonetta 2, because Bayonetta 1 is just a naturally more difficult game and requires a more in-depth knowledge of the battle system. And I mean, even now, I still have a challenging time getting platinums on some of the boss fights, because you get hit more than a couple of times and say goodbye to that platinum rank.
Yeah, I guess so. I mentioned this, I think, in an earlier part, but I just love how, all these heavenly beings, in any other story, would be considered demons, but since they're on, the opposing side, they're apparently holy.
I know. I think it's a really cool thing, because effectively, the angel designs in this game are sort of more in line with actual angels as seen in the Bible. I can't remember which book it's in, but they describe them in kind of really sort of strange terms. I mean, the sort of Jewish angelic hierarchy, which is sort of what you are dealing with in terms of the way these angels are shifted up. You've got Ishim, Cherubim, Bene Elohim, Elohim, Malachim, Seraphim, Hashmalim, Erelim, Ophanim, and Chayot HaKadesh. I'm just going to see if I can get the... So basically what you've got here actually is the Christian angels. So you've got the different spheres. The first sphere is Seraphim, Cherubim, and Thrones. Seraphim are the burning ones, and sort of they're all wings and angel heads. The Cherubim have 4 faces, one of a man, an ox, a lion, and an eagle.
Jeez.
The Thrones, all sorts of weird things. And yeah, you just keep going up like that. You've got dominions or lordships, virtues or strongholds, so cardinal virtue right here. You've also got powers or authorities. In the third sphere, you've got principalities or rulers, archangels, angels, and so on and so forth. So you pretty much get the whole span of that in Bayonetta, and it's actually really cool to see the actual Christian hierarchy of angels represented in arguably a somewhat more realistic form than you mostly get, because general angels that most people think of are the guys in white robes and wings.
Yeah.
Whereas I think actual angels in the Bible are a bit more various.
Yeah, there are gods like sword and shield, essentially.
Basically, yes, and that's why they are so deadly.
Nice, very nice. We God of War now. Go to hell, literally.
Yes, Fortitudo is getting dragged down to Inferno.
Lovely jubbly.
Now, the trick with fighting Fortitudo that I have found that always helps out is that you want to stay up on the 2 platforms either side of the arena. So whenever one gets destroyed, as soon as possible, get it to go back up, because it's much easier to attack and dodge Fortitudo when you're on these platforms rather than on the ground.
I've got to say, you're making this look very easy, because I had, Saraba, the sword at this point?
Oh, Saraba, yes.
I don't know, I just liked a bit of Metal Gear Rising action in my life, but it seems like just going with, guns and punches and kicks and whatnot is much more effective.
Well, I would say that for the majority of the game, really, Scarborough Fair is a really good weapon in terms of getting decent scores. Because the problem that Sharaba has is that it causes a lot of damage, which is great for people who are newer to the game, but because it kills things so quickly, it lessens your abilities to get higher ranks, because you're not going to get as high combo rankings using it.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the payoff that you get for using Sharaba. So I'm going to be using Scarborough Fair for a very long time, actually. I don't think I'm going to be using any other weapons continuously until Chapter 5.
Okay, fair enough,
Which I mean is actually the next part, so... Yeah. But I am going to be using Scarborough Fair quite a lot throughout the game, because it is just the one that I would say does tend to net you a pretty safe combo throughout.
This bit is just really cool. Like, you just jumping across platforms and whatnot to reach the dude and then, like, slamming him onto the ground with a fucking god suplex.
I know, it's just great. I remember when I first played Bayonetta and got to this, and it was just like, this is, like, one of the best things ever. And also, the whole thing with Bayonetta's bosses is that very often they feel like in any other game this could be a final boss fight.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say that is one thing Rising has going against it. It has, like, at least in Ryland's campaign, not talking about, like, the Jetstream Sound DLC, only 2 big bosses. Like, you have Ray at the start, and then you have, what is it, Metal Gear Excelsis, the, like, fire ent towards the end. But nothing else. I expected more big bosses.
Yeah, well... You see, that's part of the reason why Rising just isn't as good as Bayonetta.
Well, we're not trying to have Platinum Wars here, mate. They are all Kamiya's children.
Well, actually, Rising is very much not Kamiya's child, and he will ban you if you say otherwise.
Wow, Jesus.
It's because he gets so many people kind of contacting him saying, can you say, well, I love Rising, or I love Nier Automata, and Kamiya's just like, I didn't even make that one. Go tell the people who actually made it. But yes, the other really cool thing about all the Bayonetta boss fights is that once you've gotten them down to the last health bar, you get this sort of sequence which is, I think it's... God, I can't remember the name of the piece of music. Climactic Battle, that's it.
There you go. How could you forget such a climactic piece?
I know, it's because I was thinking about the Wonderful 101's variation of this type of thing, which is, I think, Table's Turn. That's also glorious. And I was also thinking of the song that's going to play as soon as we've gotten that sort of last hit in on Fortitudo, which is coming right about now, where we're going to hear the glorious Let's Hit the Climax.
Oh man, you did that so fluidly, so beautifully. I actually died on this, like, twice. Once where I took, like, my last breath and then I was brought back with whatever that item is, and then...
Oh, Red Hot Shot.
Yeah, exactly, and then again after that.
Yeah, it can happen, but, you see, it's just a case of mastering the game. Get good, in simple terms.
Yeah, I'm trying, mate, I'm trying.
I know you are. I'm very proud of you. You made it past the worst of it. You can make it. And actually... now that we've defeated Fortitudo, we're going to have a little bit of a cutscene, which is glorious.
Oh yeah.
The way in which Bayonetta finishes off the bosses in this game, just second to none. But yes, the next chapter that we're about to go to is what I would say, and pretty much everyone else would say, is easily the toughest challenge in the game at this point.
Very much so. Damn, Bayo, you already killed the guy. He's dying.
Oh, she don't care, because he's one awfully ugly angel.
He is, my god. And I remember this from, I think it was Gaming Brits, like, review of Bayonetta. He's like, every boss in the game keeps hyping up this one individual, the creator, who is known as Jubileus. Who is Jubileus? We don't know right now, but it's obviously got to be an important dude.
Why does it have to be a dude, for God's sake, Tom?
I'm using the gender-neutral version of dude.
I should bloody hope so.
Oh, whatever. Alright, let's get out of here. Chapter complete, baby. God? Is that you?
I mean, it could be God. It'd be slightly creepy if it were God.
Nicely done, mate. That was a very clean boss fight.
It took me a few tries.
Not pure platinum, just the damage he took kind of prevented that, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case every time I play Bayonetta. Generally do decent in combo, really damn good in time. Damage.
Well, it happens, mate, it happens. Soothe your soul with a bit of Angel Attack, which I am also crap in.
Yeah, the trick with Angel Attack is effectively to lead your shots in a way. This is something that also took me a while to get to.
Well, I mean, you're not an FPS aficionado, so whatever, I suppose. You can convert points into halos if you must, but for now, we are done, so we'll see you next time for another part of the Bayonetta playthrough. Bye for now.